Tammy Carpenter. I would like to tell you a little bit about my background. I have taught art for nearly 20 years and I have an MA in art education. I have also recently published my first book, Eye of God, Finding Love and Light in Changing Times. My first book is a spiritual memoir about the transformation that took place in my life after first a traumatic divorce and then the death of first one parent and then the other. Now, when my mother died, it was especially tragic for me. I was really close to my mother, and I learned to channel her energy, and she even came to me and asked me to write her obituary. So when I woke up in the morning, I sat down at the computer, I put my fingers on the keyboard, and I channeled her energy and I wrote her obituary. I printed it out and I went over to my father's house. Now, when I got there, my sisters were both a little shocked because it contained information that none of us knew. But however, my father, when he read it, said all the information was correct except for I had misspelled the name of the town that my mother was born in. After this, I became able to write intuitively, and I do so on a daily basis. I've also learned to use a combination of my artistic skills and my intuitive ability to draw intuitively. And I've also begun lately to use my intuition to help find missing person cases around the world. I would like to help you to connect to your centered, intuitive, more peaceful self. And I have a story to tell you. This is a story about one of my intuitive drawing sessions. I did an intuitive drawing session for a woman, and as I was drawing, I kept drawing these leopard masks repeatedly over and over. And then I also did a series of portraits for her, except there was big, heavy arrows weighing and pressing down on her shoulders. Now, after the intuitive drawing session, we sit together and we talk about the drawings. And even though I was puzzled by these drawings, and they had little meaning for me, she said that they both contained great meaning for her. She said that the portraits with the arrows pressing down were an indication of the heavy stress that she carried around her neck and shoulders. That she had an adult child who was in deep problems and who was causing her a great deal of stress. And that she had gone to several chiropractors and masseuses, and she seemed to find no lasting relief. Now, she said she had actually traveled a long distance to come to this seminar just hoping that maybe she could escape from her problems. And then she went on to explain that the leopard masks also held great meaning for her. That for many years she had kind of a little obsession with collecting leopard masks, and they traveled a great deal, and no matter where they traveled, she seemed to find some leopard masks to bring home. Now, her husband made fun of her, but he humored her, and he let her keep these leopard masks in a spare bedroom. And she said that this was kind of her wild little place where she could actually go and escape from the world and find some peace and some quiet. And she didn't feel stressed when she went in her little space. Now, I too, over the years, have had my own private place. And I have set up objects that I enjoy looking at, that I find peace in. And I have also set up some peaceful music that I can listen to. And oftentimes I will light a candle. And I have a little mat that I can roll out that I can sit on the floor. And when I go into this space, this is where I de-stress and I can connect to my higher self. I would like to offer up to you that you try to create your own private sanctuary, that you think about what objects give you peace. Is there an animal that you've always been drawn to that you collect statues or posters or paintings of that you could put in this space? And is there some kind of scent that relaxes you, perhaps lavender or some special incense? Also gather a music that you find relaxing. Perhaps it's drumming or chanting or whatever. And create this private sanctuary where you could go, and I would like to suggest that you go and set aside 15 minutes a day Perhaps these 15 minutes will be when you first get up in the morning and you're the most fresh. Or perhaps these 15 minutes will be when you come home from work and you're tired and stressed and you need to go to your quiet place. And I would suggest that you try to establish a routine by doing this for at least 2 weeks. 15 minutes a day for 2 weeks. Go into your private sanctuary, light your candles, set your music, enjoy viewing your objects that you have gathered, and I would like you to focus on centering yourself, becoming more peaceful, seeing if you can get in touch with your higher intuitive self. Thank you.